There's no Santa Claus?
It's no secret to anyone that despite being a complete atheist, I actually love Christmas. And I'm constantly on the lookout for a new Christmas film to add to my roster of seasonal favourites.
You know, the great thing about being able to play in a Christmas movie that's of this caliber and with this caliber of people is, you know, good Christmas movies are around for a long time. And it's cool to know you'll be a part of a project that could become part of the vernacular of Christmas for a lot of families.
A good Christmas film is judged by different criteria than any other movie. Anything as cheesy as Love Actually would not wash with your average viewer were it not also festive. But because it is a Christmas film, the seasonal goodwill takes over and it is watched year in year, despite it being truly dreadful and everyone in it needing a darn good thump.
Hey, Dad.
Mom, hey.
Listen, Mom, I got bad news. We're not going to be able to make it tomorrow.
It's me.
No one was more upset than we were last year that she got to do. I have
We're not
to
gonna
deal with
make
the
it tomorrow for
situation.
Christmas.
This is the 2008 Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon comedy Four Christmases, and it has just about none of the elements needed to make a festive classic. Let's take a closer look.
So this is a film in which there's Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn. They play this couple who always go away at Christmas to be away from their horrible family, right? Because family, horrible family, let's get away. And so they pretend, they say that they're going on humanitarian missions to do stuff, you know, with starving children, right? But they're not. They're going on holidays to go scuba diving. But this year they get snowed in and plot cronk ahoy. Whilst waiting in the airport, they get seen by the local TV crew, and every one of their relatives is watching the television, cronk. So, for the remainder of the movie, they have to go see all four relatives and spend 4 Christmases with their respectively...
Hence the title.
The first thing a Christmas film needs is family, which isn't to say blood relatives, it can also be a work family or a community. In Four Christmases, it's only 2 people who are consistently throughout the movie, Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon, going from one house to another. Though they are related to the people they visit, it doesn't mean very much. They have all their families around them, and honestly I don't understand why they couldn't just say, we're going away for Christmas, just the 2 of us, instead of lying. None of those parents were going to be eating their turkey dinners alone. Number 2. Jeopardy. This is essential for most films, but something has to be at stake. The "oh no, Christmas is cancelled unless we do something" is a plot staple of festive cinema and can be done and redone until Christmas is no more. But what is really at stake here? Their Christmas vacation for 2? Well, that's cancelled quite early on, and the rest of the film is them being punished for lying to their family. If this was the other way round and they had to see all their families really quickly in one day so they can get the bargain priced Christmas Day flight to Rio, then at least there would be a ticking clock. But in the film they just go from one thing to another until they're sick of it. 3. Christmas iconography. Now, in all my years, and I'm 43 at the time of recording this, I have never seen a white Christmas. It just doesn't happen in the UK very often. But if you were to say Christmas, images like this come to mind. And even though we haven't had a white Christmas for at least 40 years, when we make Christmas movies and TV shows, there is always snow. It doesn't matter that statistically I should associate Christmas with being overcast. Culturally, there are some things we link. Four Christmases is set in LA, so there's no snow, it's not even cold. Reese Witherspoon's on-screen mother doesn't even decorate her home. They have a jump, or what I would call a bouncy castle, which is a seasonal pastime for us Brits relegated to the summer months. They do go to church, where they end up reenacting a nativity story. That might be commonplace in America, but in the UK, if you go to see a nativity show, it's because 5-year-olds are performing it and you are related to at least one of them. If you go to church, it's to sing Christmas carols, often by candlelight. The problem is this film just doesn't look like Christmas. And finally, number 4. A warm, fuzzy feeling. Every Christmas film is essentially a retelling of the greatest Christmas story ever. No, not The Birth of Jesus, I always found that one a bit far-fetched myself. I of course mean A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. In that story, Ebenezer Scrooge hates people and nothing fuels his misery more than their happiness. So Christmas is his season of ill will. But through a series of events that show him the importance of the season, he changes and becomes a better man, all in time for the big day. This is the Grinch, it's Fred Claus, it's Bad Santa, it's the dad from Elf. It's a Wonderful Life only bucks the trend by making George Bailey a nice guy who then becomes really angry before being shown the true meaning of Christmas. The ending is essential. It's the healing properties of the season. Without that, it may be a good film, but it's not a Christmas film.
God bless us, everyone.
Four Christmases ends with Vince Vaughn telling his father that him and his girlfriend have split up over commitment issues, which his father approves of. Then, through fear of becoming like his dad, he goes to Reese Witherspoon and pledges his commitment to the relationship. And a year later, they have a child.
It's not uncommon to look at a movie in the edit room, think you kind of found it, but say, oh, what we now need, we know what we need. It's this, this, and this, and maybe even particularly the ending. It happens a lot on comedies. You know, there are definitely reshoots. Such was the case here to get this just right. As we said, it's just the movie had been through the edit. There was a decision to land on the idea of him somewhat being open to kids. Problem is now you got to execute that, right? And so I think Vince had moved on, obviously, to do other movies. So at Reese, they got their schedules right. And when they came to the set, I think whoever they had hired to do the script pages, it wasn't really up to snuff of the rest of the movie, what they had done. And there was some concerns, but Vince didn't sign up to be a writer. And this happens sometimes. And then it's sort of a snowball effect. So he said, fine, but we got to shut down. I'll put it on my back.
Vince Vaughn rewrote the ending himself, without credit, which might explain why it feels like it's grafted on from a completely different movie.
You know, if you get buried in snow, right?
No.
Yeah, you know what snow is.
Yes.
Snow Dad's better than no dad. If you get buried in snow, you start to shut down from the outside
Is that
in.
right?
I think it's called, hypothermia or something, right? But watching Four Christmases is kind of a similar experience because you sit down and what happens is everything just goes, nothing's happening. It's like we're in Alien, we're going to be travelling for 5 years now. I might as well go into, hypersleep or whatever it is. So everything starts to shut down.
Put an interesting pair of pants on and just lie under.
That's right,
sleeping bag.
so your fingers stop and your feet stop and everything starts to stop when you go. And you're looking at the screen, you're going, well, has he done, what's he done? He's gone to see Robert Duvall, he's gone to see Sissy Spacek, he's gone to see Jon Voight, and everything just stopped because laughs are not ahoy. But worse than that, that what's happened with the actors who are, fairly talented. Sissy Spacek's good performer. Obviously, I thought that Reese Witherspoon was absolutely brilliant and walked the line. What they've done is this: they've gone, there's a credit crunch coming, and Christmas is going to be really expensive, and because all these Christmas movies are all shot in June. That's how you do it. That's the word. The most cynical thing about them is they're made in the summer. It's going to be expensive Christmas, so we'd better do a Christmas movie, yeah, because I hear there's a credit crash coming. I mean, the bottom's falling out of the property market, so we'll do it. No, it's terrible. Obviously, it's not funny and nothing, but it doesn't matter. Is Sissy around? Yeah, she's okay. Is Jon Voight around? He'd be fine.
That whole camp thing, very strong
Vince
today.
is there,
Very strong.
And this is so. What you're effectively watching is somebody's investment portfolio. That's it. You're watching their Christmas bonus box. You're just and literally the looks that they have on their faces as they're doing this thing is where are we? 15 million, whatever it is. That's all it is. So it's like watching people earning money to pay for their Christmas. Now, that's your idea of fun. Terrific.
It happens less and less these days, but on this occasion I have to agree with Mark Kermode. Four Christmases is not good.
Vince is sort of a force of nature, so you just let him do his thing and then hopefully you react around him.
We were playful because of the energy of Vince and Reese.
Forgive her, son. She knows not what she's done.
Vince Vaughn delights in his improv abilities, and he might be able to ad-lib gags, but he can't improvise plot. There is no narrative reason for them to go to all of their parents on one day. They don't need them to agree to anything, they don't need to pick up anything. It is just their sense of obligation leading them forwards. Meaning all the set pieces, including some elaborately staged slapstick, is for nothing. They're just sketches, which could have happened at any time of year. So it stands to reason that the narrative couldn't be resolved. These two didn't hate Christmas, I don't even think they hated their family. They just found them annoying and didn't want them ruining their holiday. I mean, that passes through everyone's head come December, doesn't it? This film is a sad mess, which is made all the worse by the fact that Vince Vaughn had been in Fred Claus the year before, which is everything this film is not. It's really fun. If you like this sort of content, then please consider subscribing, because I've got a lot more videos like this in the works. And if you'd like to spread a bit of Christmas cheer, you can send me the price of a coffee on Ko-Fi. There's a link in the description if you'd like it. I'm Scott Kingsnorth, and Merry Christmas.